Astronomical Observatory, the Gran Telescopio de Canarias, and having a look around. Thank you very much, Tony, for being here.
We like today to organize our many of this initiative has been born here in these islands, and then I think it's absolutely necessary to talk about the sky of La Palma and the sky in the Canary Islands and how the sky is becoming a possibility of the development in many sites around the world. First of all, I would like to show you to talk about an introduction about the Instituto of the Canary Islands and its observatories. I would like to talk about briefly the antecedents, the history of the Canary Islands, and some of the research and the technology we developed in the Canary Islands. As you know, you will visit the Observatory of La Palma. It's one of the best and wonderful observatory of the world with the best optical infrared conditions. The best, of course. I know because I belong to the sky team since more than 30 years, and we have been monitoring this observatory for a long time, comparing with Chile or Hawaii and Canary Islands. All the best in this sense, in optical infrared statistics, and at this moment we host the largest telescope of the world. You will see on Saturday at 6 o'clock. I would like to know after that, Canary Islands have very nice conditions for astronomical observation, but there is a problem, an implicit problem. I would like to talk about the problem of the light pollution that became more and more implicit worldwide. Then I introduce both light pollutions and some initiatives that was done here also in Canary Islands to define the Starlight. And then I introduce both the Starlight Foundation, we know the values of the Starlight, and I will present an international certification system we are developing worldwide in order to preserve the stars in these rural areas and to promote astro-tourism or tourism of the stars. It's a tourism that uses the sky as result, sustainability. And then this is the origin of the scientific tourism. I'm talking about an intelligent tourist and a tourist that use as resource the science, or in this case the astronomy. I will talk why the astronomy. And finally, I would like to present some good practices of astro-tourism, the opportunity in many sites, among them La Palma is a reference worldwide for astro-tourism. And also, finally, I would like to show you some theories. As Carlos has mentioned, we are working worldwide to promote this initiative, but also to follow in defining the sky as not only always a resource for the conservation of the planet, and we have promoting, in United Nations, the possibility we have registering this new sustainable development goal. Maybe this is an utopia, but we have to try it. And we are working with all women and men also, but with the business and professional women around the world. We are creating a network of sustainable development 18 women ambassadors in order to define around the world this initiative. Firstly, why Canary Islands or privileged sites for astronomy? Both geographical and climatological conditions and altitude offer the Canary the best conditions for astronomical observations. Among them, we have visibility of our north hemisphere. We are in the Mediterranean, as you know, in the Atlantic, but we are far from tropical storms. And then we have a very high number of percentage of useful time for observation. And also, our climatology is dominated by high pressure in the northern Atlantic, which is Azores anticyclone. And then this determines the presence of the trade winds and unstable inversion layer, about 100,000 and 1 6,500 meters, just below the level of the observatories. And the sky, the atmosphere, below, in the atmosphere is stable, transparent, quiet, is optimal for astronomical observations. And also we have the observatory soar at 2,400 meters, just above the inversion line. And it's the transparent of the atmosphere and the cloud level covering also the gas light, the light pollution and the dust that came from the Africa, from Sahara and Sahel. The first, after Galileo, another Galileo leadership, who was to be finding the telescope, the first telescope around the world, they were built at the level of the sea. I mean, in Paris, or this is the Observatory of Paris, the Royal Greenwich Observatory, or also the oldest astronomical observatories, or at this moment in the cities, no? At the level of the sea. However, Newton, the gravity, in about 133 meters distant, and in both, you can see here the daily observatory, and here in the border of La Caldera, there is the Roque de los Muchachos Observatory. Both observatories are governed by international agreements or administered by the IEC. The IEC owns and runs also a few telescopes. Most of them at this moment, there are more than 70 installations of international collaborations among all these countries, and just you for education and training, both researchers and technicians, engineers, etc. At this moment, the IEC, we are over in La Palma and Tenerife, there are over 400 staff, more or less, of which 200 researchers. We are close links to the University of La Laguna. There is also technology development and transfer. We are involved in many instrumentations, not only for satellites such as ISO, Herschel, SOHO is a solar satellite, but also for the larger telescope in the world, such as the Very Large Telescope in Chile, or the GTC in La Palma, the EET in Amazonas in Chile, is an extremely European larger telescope, European Solar Telescope, the Cherenkov Telescope, and many other instruments. They are very top quality research in our summits, and also a huge technical and administrative experience at local, national, and European level. These are a few of the telescopes at the Teide Observatory. Many of them are solar telescopes because the dark conditions at Tenerife due to the population, 1 million people versus 800 at La Palma. Then we have the right of the sky, that La Palma is darkest. And then, but for solar observations, Tenerife is very nice because the atmosphere or the troposphere are quite or similar in both islands. But it's maybe a bit better La Palma for darker sky, for big universe, no? And then also measure the cosmic microwave background radiation. Also, from the data we have tracked most important comets. We have included the collision of the Schumacher planet with Jupiter, or also we are obtaining the largest map of the center of the Milky Way. The first map of the Milky Way of the center of our galaxy was performed at the Teide Observatory. And also many important detections, such as the first round dwarf, which is a substellar object, or Teide 1, in honor to the mountain. No? Then there are many experiments very interesting also in Teide Observatory. And the Roque de los Muchachos, you will visit, there are many, about 20 telescopes. The largest one is the GTC. You will see, this is a sea of level. You can see the clouds, the stratocumulus establishes below the level of the observatory, retaining the dust, retaining the light pollution, and then it's quite interesting But the TNT, we don't know. We have a fight to obtain the candidate to Hawaii for the large 30-meter telescope, American, Californian telescope, being studied at La Palma. There is not a final decision, but it's the candidate to Hawaii. This is the name. 4.2 meter brilliant Herschel telescope will be a telescope with a primary of 4.2 meters. What's the importance of the size? The importance is because if the size is largest, you can detect more photons or light, more smooth light from the far universe, and the resolution is better. And you can detect more faraway objects and more favorite, no? Okay, the biggest solar telescope or 4-meter telescope. However, the night telescope or nocturnal telescope or about 10 meters, 30 meters or 39 meters for the European extremely large telescope. Okay, at La Palma, then La Palma is currently hosts the largest one, which is the BBC, and our 20 telescopes and instrumentation, including nocturnal observations, robotic observations, solar physics, and high-energy astrophysics. And then here we have obtained great advances in the study of the universe, from the detection of the most distant galaxy to the confirmation of the black holes and the expansion of the universe. Here we have a bird. Also, I would like to mention that an international prize had a free Nobel laureates credited the Instituto of Astrofísica, which is the distinction for these institutions for the around the world, so it's the best in their field, no? In this since 2008. Let me show you briefly the most advanced research that we performed at the Instituto of Astrofísica, Isla, mainly in different fields in solar physics. For example, here were deciphering the solar magnetism in the chromosphere, the detection of oscillation nodes in the Sun. The Sun is as a curve. We have oscillations. These oscillations were detected at the first time here at the Canary observatories. Also, we analyze exoplanets and solar system. I think the oldest team is in planetary studies. Here was detected the first detection of thermal emission of extrasolar planets, the discovery of many exoplanets, which are planets outside the solar system. At this moment, there are more than 500,000 exoplanets. It's a wonderful detected also from the space. Something more is on galaxy theory. In the stellar and interstellar system, we have detected black holes and microquasars. Also, there are many studies to analyze the evolution and stellar formation, how the star form, how the stars evolve, no? And also in galactic formation and evolution, there are a very big team working on active galactic nuclei and quasars in modeling galaxies. There is many people working in a Spitzer instrument to detect quasar of the far universe. No? And finally, also there is a team for astroparticle and cosmology. This is theory, and then is for the last topic is theoretical issues that we don't know. We know nothing about that, but we are exploring the dark matter, the dark energy that explain the formation and the evolution of our universe. Then also there is a very important team in the Department of Technological Development for many space missions. For example, Herschel, Plant, Sunrise, and recently launched, and also for many with the construction of instruments for a telescope worldwide, for the LTE or for the TMT if it's installed in Hawaii, etc. No? Then it's important to participate in. For this reason, the IC has treated a technology center is inaugurated and into conditions, because that's quite important in order to establish a telescope. And then, but however that, there is an increasing damage rate in astronomy. It's the light pollution. This is a picture of our planet, a picture of the intensity of the light. Only that you can see in green, on yellow, in red, or areas of the planet with light pollution. With this light is addresses to the sky. I don't know if for the birds, for the airplanes, for some extraterrestrial people, we don't know. But all that is energy or speed to the nothing, for nothing. And then this is a map of Falki, which is one of our collaborators. And at this moment, I recently published in Science publication regarding the light pollution and the effects of the light pollution, mainly in astronomy, professional amateur, but in other many issues that I will show you. And there are recent threats, for example, the spatial debris. There are more than 600,000 pieces, about 1 to 10 centimeters in space. The mega constellations of satellites of Elon Musk and Starlight that launch thousands of microsatellites for the 5G maybe, but we have that's not sustainable. Because at this moment, 2 years ago, there were 2,000 satellites. But in 2030, we will have 400,000 satellites in the sky. It will be something like that. These are the track of the satellites in our images. The 50% of telescope images will be erased. Then, all this inversion in telescope will be nothing at all. And then we are very worried about that. And these satellites not only damage in the brightness, but also in radio frequency. And then, yes, because they use internet for communication. And then this is an informative that I have presented in this article in Science regarding the different effects in radio frequency for radio astronomy. No? However, I would like to show you that mainly the light pollution, and also this one of the new increasing threats for our sky. And I would like to show you that not only for us, for the science, for the astronomer, but also for the environment, for the biodiversity, for the health, and as a driver for sustainable development throughout the program. And then this is the idea of this article, and then I invite you to download and to read. And then we are very, very worried about these threats. Everybody knows about environmental pollution, no? Air pollution, or maybe plastic contamination, acoustic contamination, landscape pollution also. But nobody, almost nobody, knows the damage of the light pollution. What's light pollution? Light pollution is the sum of the adverse effect caused by artificial, abusive, intrusive light at night. It's the artificial light at night. This is light pollution. There is a discussion regarding if the artificial light is always a light pollution, and there is a sector, there is some people, some researchers that think that only some kind of artificial light at night. I think that the artificial light at night, for definition, is contamination, is pollution, because always will contaminate. Always, even if you address the light only to the soil can reflect the light. There will be always something of light pollution. And there will be the insects in the low of the labs. And then this biodiversity will be affected. The soil biodiversity will be affected. Always, for me, this is my opinion. I like discussion regarding this point. Some maybe engineers on lighting don't think like me for time. But I think with the light scattering by molecules and aerosols in the atmosphere, it's also the gray. And simply the light waste, the excess of light is light pollution. And for Starlight definition, and we introduced what is the Starlight initiative, it's all light, not only in intensity, but also in color. Very innovative law, because protect the Canarian observatories for light pollution, but also for atmospheric pollution, for radioelectric inclusion, and also for air routes, no airplanes over our observatories. And the area protected of La Palma, the full islands, is protected by light. You can see the lamps or special for shield the light with the lamps a particular color you will see in the night. But in Tenerife we are protecting only the half, including the observatory. That look at La Palma. And we are fostering a law for all the archipelago. Then I'm part of a team of the sky quality and climate change of the Observatory of the Canary Islands. And I have been promoting this law, but it's only a draft. There is not a law in all Canaries for protecting the land. However, there was no awareness of the importance of protecting the sky. People, even here at La Palma, Carlos knows 30 years ago, people didn't understand why we wanted to not cut off, but to illuminate intelligently, to decrease intensity, because people think that it was not secure. There was some reticence, no? However, there was necessary some initiative worldwide initiative in order to define, to promote the importance to preserve the sky. In this sense, the IEC invited to UNESCO, United Nations World Organization, International Astronomical Union, many commissions of United Nations, non-governmental institutions, foundations, academies, universities, research centers for more than 23 countries meet here at La Palma in the first International Starlight Conference to write and to sign the first declaration in defense of the sky. The sky as a right for the humankind, equivalent to the other social or environmental rights, for the repercussion in species, in habitats, in biodiversity, in health, and for the development of the country. UNESCO recognizes that the starlight has to be right for the humankind. And this is La Palma Declaration. We have right to have this name, no? La Palma or Starlight Declaration. It's the first step, the first declaration to define the sky. And there are many innovative issues in this declaration. There are 10 articles, very beautiful articles, including the skyscape. In Canary, there is an Aborigine word, Celaje, cielo is sky. Celaje is the skyscape in Canary. And it's a very nice issue to define the landscape. The Starlight promote the incorporation of the skyscapes as a scape of the nature, no? Incorporating the nature of the countries. Also important for the biodiversity, for human health, for science, for environment and climate, because there was no connection between light pollution and environment. And the other lighting contribute to emissions to greenhouses. And then there is a direct connection between light pollution and climate change. They mitigate climate change. To preserve the stars is to mitigate the climate change. Because we are saving almost 80% of energy in countries, Starlight countries, in Starlight sites. It's possible. We know there is an innovative technology that allows to do that. Why not to do? And also for public safety, for the cultural, the megalithic, the archaeoastronomy, linked to the star. We are losing this culture. Then we have to recover this tangible and intangible heritage linked to the sky. And then let me, some of the articles, for example, one of them, or the scientific values of Starlight, is to promote that the most important observatories of the world became windows to the universe. And this initiative is led by UNESCO and ICOMOS by the International Astronomical Union in order to have a list of observatories to be sky heritage. It's a work that is difficult, but we are trying to define this sky of this observatory to be a heritage, world heritage. Secondly, the cultural values. To preserve the tangible and intangible cultural heritage associated with the satellite. This is one example in Gran Canaria. This is Almogare of Risco Caído. This is a point where Aboriginal Canary meet. And there is a solar and lunar calendar. It's the most complete. It's a wonderful World Heritage Site by UNESCO 3 years ago. And then we are trying to connect all this astronomy, all this culture, with the history, the ethnography linked to the cultural heritage. Secondly, the biodiversity. This is an example of Doctora is a 5-5, no? You can see that the loss of the night sky causes very negative effects on biodiversity, altering habitat, ecosystem, species. The 60% of invertebrates depends on the nocturnal conditions. And then we are altering the morphology, the relationship, predator-prey relationship, mutualist reproduction as a firefly that became like that, bright for the male to attack it. And then you can see that we can alter, especially for wildlife, oceanic species, turtles, insects, birds, etc. etc. Secondly, we are an species of the world. We have evolved in a planet with a day and a night. If, for example, if we reduce the life of the universe of our planet, in one day, we have been only 1 minute with artificial life. Then we are a species with day and night biological variables. We depend on circadians, 24 hours cycles, and then all our hormones, all depending of biological 24 hours processes. The melatonin is produced in the dark. We need to sleep. If we don't sleep, we die. We simply die. Why? Because we need the night. We need the day and we need the night. And then if we alter, maybe in the future we will evolve in other conditions, but at this moment we need the dark. And if we alter the dark and we extend artificially the day, the innovative technology to light correctly our cities. The final aim of the Starlight initiative is to strengthen the importance of clear sky for humankind, emphasizing the importance of introducing this value in the heritage for science, for education, for culture, for technological development, for human nature conservation, tourism, and quality of life factor. This is the concept of the Starlight. The Starlight Foundation was founded after the Starlight Declaration, or La Palma Declaration, as a body, is a non-profit institution that is promoted by the IEC and constituted by the IEC and this Corporation 5. This is a consultancy and is a body in charge of the operational management of the Starlight initiative, providing all our human resources and economic resources for the promotion of these 10 articles, which are our main issues. Then, these are the people that belong. Here you can see the founder of the IEC is a Professor Francisco Sanchez. This is the current director. This is the president of Corporation 5. And this is the former GTC director, and myself. We will meet usually next week in Madrid. We will have another meeting, and then I usually share the action plan, the strategy, and usually they support me. I'm very happy with this patronage. Then I'm very happy because they usually foster and help me to implement all these initiatives, all my ideas, and then it's very, very nice to work with their experience, not so high experience with laureates people, no? Starlight as a whole is a partner, is an associated action of UNESCO, and is supported by the International Astronomical Union, which is the organization that links all astrophysical professional astrophysicists, and the World Tourist Organization. Our main goals are the protection of the night sky, the smart lighting and energy saving, the cultural dissemination of the astronomy, and the innovative idea in Starlight was that for the first time the sky became unresolved in astrotourists. Then we developed astrotourists as a way for disseminating the astronomy. We provide training of monitors and guide on astrotourists, and also advice and consultancy. Mainly at this moment, then to do that, we have created an international certification system that for the first time we brings together science and tourism. The first concept was created in UNESCO in 2007. It's the concept of Starlight Reserve. Starlight Reserve or spaces with very, very large, almost unique, original sky, dark skies, no? And with a commitment, a very hard commitment with the protection of the sky. Maybe some side of the planet without no access, but simply with very, very exceptional sites. For example, La Palma is a Starlight Reserve, or in Canada, the Adriatic is a Starlight Reserve, Freiburg in Chile, or even New Zealand, South, or Starlight Reserves. However, somebody thought that also it's important to have some site, maybe without not the excellent skies, but good, very good sites, very good skies. And then the concept of Starlight tourist destination was created in the headquarters of the World Tourist Organization in Madrid. And then the Starlight tourist destinations or spaces with very good sky conditions to guarantee the capacity to enjoy the view of a star and discover cultural and natural scenic values. It's important that the certification is awarded but under some conditions. The first one is the covenant of mayors. All mayors have to sign the adhesion to the Starlight Declaration, all together. We have a reserve in the north of Spain, Guadalajara. It's not Guadalajara. And transparency. These are the crucial parameters. And for the Starlight tourist destination, we perform also audits on astroturfs to analyze the infrastructure, services, etc. With this Starlight study analysis, we perform a map, a zooming. This zooming is very important in order to plan actions, lighting actions. Because here we can see the nucleus, or is equal by Astronomers Without Borders and Starlight in 2010 in order to identify sites across the city, across the village, near the city for the easy access, but far west for the dark sky, to guarantee the dark sky. In some of them there are observatories, planetariums, astronomical observatories, small centers to promote the astronomy in the local communities or for the visitors also. We have modality, sportive modality. The first one here, the trail in the Paso, is the first sportive modality Starlight. Why? Because it's the modality where people all with the frontal, protecting the sky, fostering the importance of awareness, the importance of the sky among the young, talking about the astronomy mystery. It's very wonderful in order to, it's a sportive initiative to defend also the sky that could be together with the characteristic of the sportive, we promote. And also we have cultural monuments. For example, this is in Valencia, in the north of Spain, in Castilla y León. This is an abandoned church, and he gave it a museum of the sky, very wonderful. And there are in this small village, in risk of depopulation, at the moment they are receiving 25,000-30,000 people to visit the church. And then it's very interesting. At this moment we have about 80 Starlight reserve and Starlight tourist destinations in different countries, more than 75 lodges, 12 stellar parks in different countries, and 27 other modalities such as trails, etc. At this moment we have almost 1,000 Starlight installations and we surface about 122 square kilometers. This is similar to Nicaragua, or maybe Korea del Norte, but I prefer to say Nicaragua. No, Nicaragua. And then among them we have various services, and we have also heritage site level among our network of services. Also, I remember the origin of the astrophysics, because at the first the astrophysics was thinking, for example, in Chile, to visit astronomical observatories or in Canary. But the innovative idea in the Starlight is that any rural area with very good site could be a database of the profit of the resort for development. And then it's very nice. It's the article 9, let me read this article because among others, the juries can become a major instrument for a new alliance in defense of the sky. Responsible juries can and should take on board the night sky as a resource to protect and value in our destinations, and generating new juries products based on the observation of the firmament and phenomena open in this opens and unsuspected possibilities in this moment, now suspected possibilities of cooperation among stakeholders, local communities, scientific institutions, and public administrations, and enterprises. Then, this is the ninth declaration. Then, the science is a methodology of working juries in Starlight, and then the scientific juries is defining, following the standards of UNESCO map and World Juries Organization as an instrument for development, for sustainability, and for climate change mitigation. And why? In years, 5,000 years, millions of years, the sun was formed from the rest of this supernova. And from that is forming this solar system and the Earth, except the synthetic chemical elements, all natural elements, were synthesized in the stars. And it may be for that we need to connect with this sky. The sky has also cultural, religious, mystic connotation. We have to preserve the culture. We have to preserve these traditions in the countries. We have to preserve this legacy, this cultural legacy linked to the stars. Then for that, you have to protect that. And many women in rural area, or the translation have all visible, accessible and safe site with infrastructure and services where there exists intention like in refugees and Starlight strategy and resource management. It's very important for us to work with the public administration, with the municipality. Also, it's important that we are part of also of this International Union of Conservation of Nature. There exists nowadays Commission of Dark Sky, and also here we include the Starlight site and the Dark Sky site, which is an American association that also defines the sky. Finally, only to say that the socio-economic impact of the Astro tourists, that it depends. There are some sites, for example, Islas Atlánticas or a small archipelago in Galicia, they don't want to receive more visitors, but that the visitors overstay, and they don't need Astro tourist activities. In other side, they prefer to attract more people or people in areas in risk of the population. The increasing of Astro tourists in the 5 years in demand is larger than 300%, and is maybe there are hundreds of enterprises and millions of euros providing to these sites. Sorry, I would like only quickly to say that we have the support only in the Minister of Tourism of Spain has for programs of sustainability in sites, in destinations. There are a short list of certifications such as UNESCO, Biosphere Reserve, for example, the Geopark, Red Natura 2000, and also the Starlight destination. That's quite important to promote this certification. The most important benefit or the seasonalization of the space, because the sky is all year. The overnight stay is increasing more than 90% in the territories, against the centralization and against the population. We have been working 2 years with the United Nations for preparing this recommendation report with about 30 experts around the world to propose to United Nations how we have to light the cities. At this moment, Vienna, UNESCO, the reporter is promoting among the different countries this report. We have some support, many countries such as Russia, China, maybe are more reticent to support these recommendations. Finally, also, in the next semester, we will participate. We are organizing here at Palma on the 1st of October this conference, a specialized conference about the risk of the satellite constellations, and we will participate in other summits of astro-tourism around the world. One important thing is that we are affiliate member of the World Tourism Organization, and we have treaty in this department, in the affiliate member department of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, the first working group on scientific tourism, starting by astro-tourism. La Palma, so the Palma is part of this team, led by the Starlight Foundation, and the United Nations World Tourism Organization support our conference. This is the first international conference held in Évora, Portugal, inside the Alqueva, that is the first Starlight destination, and also they usually promote and support our annual meetings, Starlight meeting. This is a monastery, the first Starlight monastery in Aragon, for example. Also we have a list of authors. And the next one will be the 6th International. You are invited to participate in the heritage city of Cuenca. Last year, the 5th annual Starlight was held here at La Palma. It was absolutely necessary after the pandemic, after the volcano. We have chosen La Palma last year to host this conference. This conference is the annual Starlight meeting. It's an event of the all certified territories and accommodations. It's a point of professional related to Starlight, the movement, to exchange experience, discuss the challenges of the astro-tourism. No? It's the most important reference point for astro-tourism. And finally, to finish, is that, as Carlos has mentioned, at this moment I'm president of this business and professional women in Canary Islands. In Spain, we are 4,000 women in 17 clubs. We are part of Europe we are part of BBW Spain, Europe, and International. There are half million of women of 120 countries in 5 continents to define the rights of the women around the world, also to participate in the committees of decision in all aspects of the life, in economy. Not only for gender, while gender is something general, it's transversal in our society, in economy, in science, in technology. We have to be there in order. And then with that, this association have a consultative status in the United Nations. And then this is the door for promoting a new sustainable development goal, which is the sky. And then we have promoted the 18, the sky is that. And then this is, there is a web page for signing this petition. And then this is the fact that we have was firmed, signed in the Parliament of the Canary Islands. At this moment we are creating a network of ambassadors of the Sustainable Development 18. At this moment I would like to ask you to support this initiative wherever you are. And then thank you so much. I finish with the element of the Starlight.